Hi there, my name is Coach Steve, and I am a YouTuber who does race reviews of 70.3s and or half distance races around the world after I interview coaches and or athletes that have done it, or even race organizers to get you, the athlete, the best information on what might be your perfect race. But this video is a little bit different, as I'm seeing as coming to the end of the year and the start of 2025. I'm going to do a summary of my top 3 races for beginners in Europe based on the feedback I've received from the 50 plus reviews I've done last year. So this will be a brilliant way if you're considering your first 70.3 about how to pick the race, because I'm going to go through why I think it's a good race, why it's number 3, why, etc., and allow you to make the decision based on genuine athlete feedback and coach feedback, etc. So strap in, let's go and find out what's hit number 1. So before we get into the classic 3-to-1 countdown, I just want to remind you, last time I did this, which was around 2 years ago, but I am going to make it an annual event now. The top 3 that I counted down were, no, this side. In third place, we had 70.3 Mallorca. In second place, we had 70.3 Turkey. And number 1 was 70.3 Luxembourg. Okay, so there, no spoilers. There may be 1 or 2 of those still around on the list, and there is some change. So let's go and see which were the movers and shakers in 2024/2025. And starting us off in number 3, retaining its spot from last ranking, is 70.3 Mallorca. Ironically enough, it's the only one that actually stays in the list from last time out. Why do I keep this in the race, even though it is an early season race in May? A couple of reasons. One, the swim is pristine. It's absolutely beautiful. I've swum it 4 times. The water is always absolutely gorgeous. It does have a long transition, but again, that's the same for everyone else. The bike itself, there's some really fast parts of the bike at the start and at the end, and there's a big climb in the middle. That to me is a bonus, because this means it breaks up the drafting packs, which you'll see the likes in Valencia and 70.3 Venice. Spoiler alert, they don't feature later on, which I think is unfair and also dangerous for beginners. So the hill, while and the descents do actually make it a fairer race and actually a better experience for a first timer. You just got to train for some hills. The run course itself is class. It's so well supported. It's your standard 3-lap 70.3, great finish line. There's buzzing atmosphere from all the restaurants, the rest, and then when you're finished, it is straight into the nightlife. So 70.3 still at Mallorca, still number 3, still a great race. And in second place, we have 70.3 Italy, which is another gem in the European crown. This is a lot of things going for it. It's towards the end of the season, so a lot of your training will in September, and it means a lot of your long bikes and long runs be done in the summer months. The swim is a very simple yet pleasant horseshoe shape. The transition, yes, it's long, Mallorca long, but it's same for everyone. The bike course is a great little bike course. There's one little bit of climbing in it, but the rest of it's a lot of it on motorway. It's a one loop course for 90k, which means limits the potential for drafting, and also being a motorway, really good surfaces. It means you get a chance to get down on those aero bars. Also, and the run itself is a 3-loop by 3x7 loop throughout the old city. And it is class, as in you go through a lot of the restaurant district, food and drink district, and there's a lot of energy. The finish line is superb, and it's actually a really good, and this is a bonus if you're bringing family, it's a really good spot for a racecation. You're in some beautiful parts of Italy, and as I said, there's great restaurants and great food around. So number 2, 70.3 Italy. Before I read the big reveal of my top pick for the best 70.3 course for beginners in Europe for 2025, a couple of honorable mentions, as it's really hard to narrow down. There's some really great races going on in Europe, and it's very hard to narrow down to three. But so here are two races that I definitely think are definitely worth checking out if you're considering, if you don't like the top three I've pulled together. First off is 70.3 Turkey. It is an end of season race. It's got some cool elements about it. You end up finishing in a theme park. Um, Definitely one checking out. I have a cool review of that in the comments below with Coach Wendy. Definitely worth checking out. The other race was our 70.3 Luxembourg. Again, dropped out of the race. It can be a non-wetsuit swim. It can get very hot out there, so a lot of athletes weren't overly happy to do it again. But it's still super race, super fast, really like bikes course, and you get to race in 3 different countries. How cool is that? The other race that I would like to shout out as well is our winner. It was at 70.3 Elsinore in Denmark. Super race. The only reason it dropped out is got a lot of feedback that there've been jellyfish in the water, and it's a little bit of a technical enough swim, as you can see. But these are minor issues. These are all 3 great races and definitely worth checking out if they work better for you time-wise, if they work better out geographically. All the breakdown and reviews are in the comments below. Check it out and get more details. But let's find out who's number 1. Drum roll, please. So for me, the number 1 70.3 course in 2025 was a race I'd never really heard of much of before, but I tried it out last year, and it was 70.3 Duisburg. Now, it's an absolutely brilliantly run race. It actually had to alter the course last year due to there was a construction work, so they actually put it on a the swim was in a little partial lake, and you got to swim past a submarine. No joke. And that was awesome. They also had the single transition, all very nice and compact underneath the bridge, nice and sheltered. Another bonus there. The bike course, it's 2 loops, and it is flat and fast. The road surface is pristine. And ironically enough, even though it's a 2-loop course, I've been on races where there were one 90K loop, and there was way more drafting. The German technical officials got it bang on. They were on it. They were like whistling and breaking up packs straight away. So in terms of a drafting race, it is one of the best ones I've seen marshaled. So that's a bonus. The run course was, again, it might be subject to change, but it was 3 loops through the village. And for me, no matter where they run it, that the crowd support was absolutely brilliant. They were out with, it was a hot day, but they were out with hoses, they were cheering on, they were banging pots, etc. So even though this course might change slightly, it's going to be the same organizing team. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant race. And again, on the bike course, it's a PB bike course. So that is my top recommendation for a race in a 70.3 in 2025. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know in the comments below. And otherwise, I hope you have a top 2025 season.